Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Serious Strategy Game and we're returning to Humankind. I've got a couple of interesting ideas that I want to play by you guys, so let's get right into it. Now, the first thing that you'll notice is that I've zoomed in on Napta here, which is one of the cities that we've at some point conquered a little bit awkwardly, and I'm not entirely sure, I was never entirely sure what to do with it. Ultimately, I did want to attach it to Overhill, but it's so costly to actually absorb this city, so I don't think that that is actually what we're going to do. So instead, I would like to turn this into a territory and then attach it. Now the issue is, there are 33 people here. How do we do that in this game? Now we can't attach that immediately, but I think what we can do is, curiously enough, we are going to get attorney fields, which I think is going to be great. Then we're going to get rid of all of these other constructions. We can get the printing house, it's almost finished anyway, so we're going to do that. And then we're going to go into the attorney field, and then we're going to recruit some units. These units we can then attach or dissolve in another jurisdiction, and then put on there. So I think that should work. Now, I think the most effective for that would be the halberdiers, because that consumes 3 population. It takes 300 industry to produce that. So I think that's potentially the best bang for the buck if you want. So let's continue to build just a lot of these guys here until basically no one is left in this city, and we can migrate the people just by migrating the units. I think that's a fantastic idea. Now, that is ultimately going to allow us to get Overhill done. That is actually going to allow us then to get the city cap down and attach and build another city. Speaking of other cities, our city of North Cape here, I think you can actually attach this area down here, so we're going to do that. And we're going to attach this area up here. That does give us a healthy outlook here in French territory. And I was thinking, you know, this is our new world. This is a symbol of us being able to adapt to new citizens, taking them up. This was originally, of course, a free people that we just taken over. Now, I think there's a wonderful wonder that we can use to celebrate that friendship. And that is the Statue of Liberty. That is going to give us quite a bit of money and signs. It's not dramatically a lot. I think we have like 22 territories or so. But still, that's 220 signs per turn, 220 money. It's a bit. It's not going to be that decisive, but it also gives us stability and fame. So I think we want to claim that. Yeah, let's do claim it. And I do want to build it in North Cape. And there's another reason for that. And that is the Statue of Liberty, of course, can be placed offshore. It actually needs to be placed in coastal terrain. And it does give you access to all of the resources adjacent to that. And I think it would be fantastic to sort of place it either over here, get all of this science, or maybe somewhere over here and get that science. Because there are a couple of these thermal vents and so on, which I think would make great sense to try to place that over here. So either here or there. I don't think that it makes that much of a difference. The question is, can we still drive through that wonder? And I do think we should be able to. Can I actually check that with one of our ships? Yeah, let's check that before we are blocking ourselves in. So this ship here, we've got the Colossus of Rhodos somewhere up over here. Is that a tile that you can move on? It seems like that is a tile that you can move on and in fact move through. So I think that would be a fantastic place for the Statue of Liberty right here. Now, we're actually not, of course, not going to build that in North Cape, but we are just going to lay the foundation, and other cities can then contribute to building that. Speaking of North Cape, we are building the High Furnace here, which is going to be nice. It's going to give us more industry and maker quarters and more adjacency bonuses. We currently have 3 quarters of that over here. But here's the thing. So, that with the adjacent bonuses, that's basically going to give us 3 industry on each of these tiles. That's going to be 9 in total. This is costing us 1,100 to build. That's not a great ratio. That's about 1%. On the other hand, a maker's quarter itself would only cost us 244, so like a quarter of that, and it would actually give us twice that in terms of building things, I guess. Right, so that being said, I think we should try to get some quarters down ASAP, and one of them is going to be, I think, actually in Hamlet, which we can build down here. That should give us access to all of these river tiles and all of the adjacency tiles. and that should give us a nice boost of 31 production. So that's going to be huge, and I think that's going to be great. We do need to be slightly concerned about the stars that we are getting here, because we are almost there in military stars and almost in estate stars. So we should also try to build our exhibition halls in due time. I also want to get all of the artisan quarters, especially on the things up here. So let's build those then. Come on, can I just place you? Thank you. So this is giving us more science per researcher, that is huge, and more in terms of percentage of science, and we can actually also build the copper mine. Yeah, we should also build that, of course, in due time. And the iron mine. The iron mine might be slightly more useful, as we're going to see in a moment. But that is basically that on this front. So what else do we want to build? I do still think more industrial quarters, especially up here, might be useful. Is that really the best location that we can find for them? Now there are a couple of luxury resources here, so maybe these two fields here would be good for market quarters. Yeah, but I think up here next to these mountains we're going to build one more. So that should be okay. Right, that being said, you guys are going to move to the rear here. And the industrial quarter, we're going to move all the way to the front, to this place. Yeah, I think that does make a lot of sense. And then the Statue of Liberty itself can go all the way to the rear there. And some of this stuff is going to be produced. So, yeah, I think that's great. Let's also queue up these districts here. Now, there are very few places where we can actually build them. There is a research quarter there. We would be getting some bonuses down here. I really dislike that location, though. Is there some other research area that we would want to get access to? Well, we could build it over here, and that might be not the worst idea. Yeah, but that's not on this tile, is it? No. So, fair enough there, I think. How about up here? Yeah, we'd be getting a small bonus there. There's some signs up there, but I don't think we can ever grab that. So, yeah, let's actually place it down there. We're going to consider that a research station, and that's great. Good. I think that's great. What else do we want to build? Let's take a brief look here at Cliff City. You guys should... You're building the sawmill, that's fine. We don't have any industrial things that we want to build here. But the granary... I don't think the granary is of such great importance. Food per farmers, we don't have really farmers. Let's prioritize the money. And then we're going to try to build the Statue of Liberty here, actually before the granary, because again, farmers are so bad. They just don't do anything for you, in my humble opinion. Right, that's great there. Kranzberg, what are you guys doing? You're building the factory. That's probably a good idea. We should try to get some research quarters down here, though. I don't think there's any specific benefit to building that in any specific place. So let's just see what's going to be the least loss. And I think indeed that might be up here. Yeah, doesn't matter too much. Let's build it. I think we want to build it right before the sawmill. Right after the sawmill. Yeah, that should still work out. Then I do think I had another point somewhere. Speaking of point, maybe West Point? No, you're also building the factory. That's okay. You can still build one of these? Really? Where? Oh, up here. Okay, fine. Yeah, we should try to build that anyway. So I think we are getting some bonuses here for influence, right? Yeah, okay. In that case, let's build it up over there. And that should be a-okay. Right, let's prioritize it. I think this way is fine. Good. And then lastly, we've got this area up here, Overhill. You guys are building the sawmill. You're building some coal mine. That's going to be great too. But I think you also should try to build some districts here that might be useful. Now, we can place them in various different locations here, right? But we want to be adjacent to as many research quarters as we can, and I think this is a good location up here. So, yeah, let's build it there. Where else can we be placing these things? Down here makes some sense. Oh, we can build a lot more of these guys. Nice. Well, up over here, that does give us a lot of influence, so I think that is a good idea. We're going to deprioritize the academy, even though it's a great thing to build. But we do need to get all of these things out of the way before we can advance. Now, there's also a question about building a hamlet, I think up over here, because that would give us a lot of industry and some food, actually. So that might not be the worst. The other alternative is to actually build an industrial area up here. Although I suppose down there is also okay, right? Yeah, 23 industry. Let's make that to the frontier so that you're simply producing more, and that should be okay. Right, there we go. That is that. Let's see and end the turn here. We do want to build a navy up at some point here to cover against the Zulu. That is going to have to wait a moment until we are really getting them. At the moment, we are researching electricity, which does give us access to...
This new power will impact every aspect of society, from public safety to industrial production. Change is coming.
Exactly. And we are getting the coal generators, so that means we're getting more food, more money, more science per industry, per turn, per coal. So that is fantastic. And that is very nice, because I do want to grab that area up here. Can I actually buy that out? What happens if I click on that? Yeah, we can, and I think we should. So let's try to get that immediately, because that benefit is just going to be great. Right, so let's pick research and think about what we want to do. Now, there are a lot of things here that I do not necessarily think are that useful. These things that we have research are basically the ones that are going to give us more industry and more other things. But if you look at these next steps, it's not really going to give a boost to your country to the same extent. Except for one thing, which I want to talk about in a minute. But everything else is just more or less military, a little bit stability, which we really don't care about for the moment because we've got so much stability. And everything else really not that important until really far back here in the research tree, until basically, I think, free trade agreement. That is the one that gives you a little bit of money. Power lines, they're nice, but I think what we should try to do is firstly get a navy. Our navy right now is a coastal locked navy anyway, so we could go for the Carrack. That's 39 power, but I don't think this is that useful. Yes, the army slot, it's okay, but we really basically jumped that research anyway, so I don't think it's required. We could go for the grain silos and the thoroughfares. That is nice. City cap is also useful for sure. So I'm keeping an eye on this, but I don't think we need it. We could go into the man of war, but I think we are going to make the jump here, and we're actually going to directly start with the propeller. And that is going to give us the ironclad and the frigate, and that should allow us to move around quite freely. Next step would be the combustion engine, but I'm not interested in that. What I am interested in is making this a little bit of a steampunk vibe, right? Remember, our main armies are still basically arquebusiers, long swordsmen, great swordsmen. So really it's sort of a medieval vibe, and we are now researching mechanization, electricity and such. And I want to up the ante a little bit. We can actually start, because we are a scientific nation, we can already actually start by going for the research institute. That's 4 turns. That's not actually that much. We can go into uranium enrichment, another 4 turns. Not that much. We can then go into nuclear fission, again 4 turns, and all the way to fusion reactor. That is 6 turns, but it does give us a bonus of 50% bonus on industry everywhere and less pollution. So there's also quite a bit of fame to be earned, and the nuclear fusion here would give us nuclear plants, and the bonuses here from uranium would be fun. So I think it's fun to think about this really unbalanced research where we're having sort of a medieval army with fusion reactors in the background there. I just think it's fun. So yeah, let's do it. Right, everyone do their turns, and let's move up our armies. Now, you guys should start to explore something down here, because there is a little bit of incense. There's coal, which again is super useful. There's silver down there, but that is going to be in next province. We do want to grab a hold of this province here. We can do so in various locations. Yes, down here is sort of okay. Down here might even be a little bit better in terms of industry. Although we can also build a hamlet down here. I think for the actual actual location here, we're going to go over here and establish an outpost here, and then we're going to attach that to North Cape once we can. Because that is adjacent to rivers, there are going to be a lot of bonuses involved with that. So I think that is fantastically fine. Good. You guys have basically taken care of all of the units there. Now, I think we might actually go towards the Inca territory here. Again, silver, so useful. Salt, it's not that important, but another bit of coal and some horses, which I discovered are more useful than I initially thought. So that might be an okay area to go to. So yeah, let's make this into a small expedition that basically does bring you down here. Right, that's fantastic. Good. What else? We've got you guys. You can do a little bit of exploration down here. I imagine that we're only going to meet the ocean, but still it's going to be nice to find out what's going on here. Yeah, pretty much as we expected. Well, I suppose we can walk. Do we need to go there even? I don't think so. Yeah, we can basically have you come. Well, do take a look at this. I am interested in what that is. Right, then you guys are on the boats now. Let's bring you over here. I would like to be in the general vicinity. You guys should try to heal up. That should be okay. And then, who else? You guys. Now, I would like you to explore somewhat in this direction, so let's make your way over there. And then the elephant. Yeah, we basically established that that is probably going to be an inlet over here. But I think you want to make your way south here.
Will this independent people be an ally or an enemy? A barrier?
Yeah, and then try to find out what's down here.
May not be in
That should be fine. And then we've got this last ship. Let's sail onwards. We've got some strategic resources here, but I'm really interested to see just how far this extends.
The first
we'll have to see.
Link up. Connect a link for commerce and commuters. With this, the Iron Horse supplants its four-legged predecessor.
Nice. I think that was in Edgeworth, where you have finished your rail line from here, train station, right next to the harbour. And you can see it's sort of weaving around here. I'm not entirely sure how they're going to climb that. No, they're going to go over here, climb there, and then move all the way up towards this location here. And that's right next to the border. Which I think is going to be a good location here to have a bit of east-west traffic, and I think that's very nice. Edgeworth, now we have discovered electricity, right? So that means you should be getting the coal plants, which I do want you to construct, and then also these science bits here, which would be really fantastic next to these two locations because they are strategic resources, so I think they do generate some benefit there, don't they? Yeah. So, that being said, maybe you could build another industrial zone here and then another one there. Sort of get some benefits, some adjacency bonuses rolling. Yeah, okay, we're going to build that there. And that should be fine. That's going to give us more, right? Yeah, but it is quite a bit more expensive than that, so let's actually switch these around. And then we can later on build that there. That's fine. Right, alarmies, you guys, do take a look down here. Let's see what they've got in this vicinity here. Oh, stop. Move away. You're really confronting us, aren't you? Okay, let's do retreat here. Where are you guys going? Pretty far away. Please do move on the river. Yeah, at least you're doing that. Okay, that's good. Right, because I would like you to move away from this threat aggressively. Let's do move here, I think. Let's do lock that in. Right, and then who else? You guys have basically done what I need you to do. Let's get back into the city. You guys should move down here, I suppose. Well, I suppose we could send you via boat. But we can also try to walk up here. No, I would not like you to siege that. Okay, you know what? In that case, do get on the boats. And we're going to try to find another way. You guys are not going to attack us anyway, so can we actually walk through here? Now, we can't walk through your districts, and that does indicate that there are some districts there, so I suppose not. Right, and then that boat down here, let's do sail up along the coast. There we go. Right. Further idle armies, you've made your way down here. Let's do station you on this coast. And you guys... Okay, for now you're just going to stop here. And then there are a lot of guys down here. Mercenaries. That is a lot of mercenaries. Where are you guys from? Independent people. You've got a city. Yeah, the Tarascarans. Where are you guys from, actually? Well, I don't know. But I do know we've got a unit down here, which we should try to get to somehow. Right, that's great. We have electricity, so let's actually take a look at Cliff City here. You'd need 3 turns to actually build that. But I do think if you guys were to build a coal plant, all of your future construction might be a little bit faster. So we're actually going to prioritize that. And then, you know what, let's lock in some of these money things. At least the cheap ones. Like 400, that's basically nothing. 240, that's nothing. That over here is quite a bit in terms of industry, so let's not do that. Kranzberg, how are you guys doing? Still working on the sawmill there, huh? We are soon going to get our bonus points here. West Point, what are you doing? Still the sawmill? Yeah, but the sawmill is super useful. Propeller research, that is very, very nice. Good. Oh, we should actually think about trade. So what we can do then is get you guys here and upgrade our cogs towards a steam frigate. That is going to give you more movement points, and it is most importantly going to make our travel so much easier, and you guys are more capable than you ever were before, so that is good. We do have a battle underway, and we cannot retreat. This is a battle that we are very unlikely to win, I might add. But let's end the deployment here. So you're attacking us. Minus 17 on us. They even have anti-cavalry. There's no chance we're going to win this. Yeah, you know what? We're going to automatically do that. Not much chance. Ooh, we've got Workhouse Horrors 1. So we are forced to either go for reform, that gives us workers' rights, or profit focus. I think moving further towards collectivism is going to be a good choice, because that is going to give us more industry. So we're going to go for the reform, and that should be a good thing for us. Right, you guys, you know what? We're actually going to disband you, because you're just a way too old unit anyway. That is going to give us slightly more people here in doing suitable things, and that's good. Right, sawmill, then all of these things down here. You know what? I think actually we might prioritize the artisan quarters. At least the artisan quarters, not necessarily the copper mine. I don't think we need that. But what am I doing here? Like that. Okay, that's okay. Right, but what you do want is the Mercury Manufactory, right? Because that is going to give us 9% more science and more stability and everything. So, can I actually buy that out? Yeah, I can, so let's do it. And it's going to give us a little bit more influence. Yes, absolutely. Let's do that. More science. Perfect. I like it. Right, good. And you have built the little hamlet down there, which I think is great. You're going to take one more turn there to be finished doing that. You guys can't upgrade because we've basically... You're not in our territory at the moment. There's another horsey down there. But that's okay-ish. Oh, didn't we have another ship up here somewhere? Am I mistaken in that we had another ship up here? Oh no, that's the wrong continent. Haha. Silly me. Right, yeah, we've got a ship up here. You can be upgraded though, right? It's costly. Let's not do that for a second then, or shall we do it? I think we can. Okay, let's do upgrade you. And then we're going to sail you forth into this direction, and we're going to sail around here. hopefully get the bonus point there. 2 turns until we get the Statue of Liberty. That's fantastic and lovely. And we're going to get another era star and another era star. So we actually find now in advancing towards the next era, we'll need to think about whether we want to do that though, because that's actually a great move. Now, actually, let's check on Opta. Okay, so you have built your first halberdiers here. Overhill, you guys could use more people, so we're going to move you over here, and then we're going to immediately disband you. And going to get you into the population of Overhill. And that way we're going to slowly migrate people, which I think should work relatively well, doesn't it? Yeah, great. Okay. Idle cities. Who? Edgeworth. You have built the coal plant. Can you build other sensible things that are not going to cost us an enormous amount of industry? Most of these things actually would. And you can build another one of these districts all the way up here, right? And yeah, that is exactly what we're going to do. So that's the first thing there, which is going to be very useful. More industry, please. And then afterwards, you're going to build another industrial district there. And we're probably going to top that off with yet another industrial district here. Yeah, that's going to give us huge bonuses here on Edgeworth. So Edgeworth does finish next turn with its special districts. You guys, where do you want to build? You want to build over there because we've got an industrial district there. The disadvantage would be that we're not going to get the industry from the river tile. And I do like me a good river tile. There's some luxury resource down there, but that's somewhat immaterial. There's only one location here where we haven't got one of these. Now we could build it up over here and actually do build this into an industrial zone. Although I suppose down here would be also a good area for industrial things. I guess we can also build a hamlet here, right? Yeah. That hamlet would be fantastic, and then sort of just connect up all of these industries here for adjacency bonuses. I think that's a good idea. Yeah. Right, so what does that tell us about you though? Not much really. Well, let's just do place it somewhere. So you would need 3 turns for that to be finished. We cannot really buy this out in any way. We are producing as aggressively as we can, so I think 3 turns might be the limit of what we need to do, because these things are just so good that we really want to do that. Now, Nopta, how are you guys doing? Yeah, I think we actually want to build one of you here too, so let's replace the garrison. And let's make the highest priority of that 2 turns. That's also aligned with that. West Point, how are you guys doing? 3 turns, because in 2 turns we're going to get the factory. Okay, first of all, prioritize this. That should be slightly better. And then Kranzberg, you guys likewise do prioritize that, please. And Cliff City, you guys don't have any of these things anyway. That does leave North Cape, which, if we're going to build that, it's only going to take a single turn, so that's good. We can build at least 1 more of them. We can attach this area here too, so that does mean we can now build 2 of these things. There is some signs over here that we could try to grab. That might have been a good consideration. Yeah, these would be 2 excellent locations to do that. Can we build a hamlet over there or something? We can just grab the lead and the silver, I guess. It's not the priority, but before we forget, let's do it. And the coal too, of course. Yeah, it would be lovely to build that there, but hamlet. Okay, so we could build a hamlet. I do want to build one down here because that's such an industrial boost. But we can also place one over here and then maybe a scientific area right onto this. Don't think that's the worst idea. So where do we want to build it? There or here? Kind of the same. Let's do build it here. That's going to be the second highest priority because you're building one anyway right now. Yeah, and then we might be able to buy it out. Okay, that's fine. That's basically all of these things. So I don't think we need to advance now. We can wait a couple of turns here and get reminded later. That being said, let's do sail forward here. You can move so amazingly far. You guys are incredibly happy, aren't you? Not entirely sure why, but you seem to be. You guys down here, again, you should be able to sail forth all the way over there. Get us a bit more view on this area too. That's going to be good. And then have you guys sail forward here to the south, and maybe we're going to land here. And then circle around and see what's going on the sea there. Right, a couple of riders here, just knights. Yeah, you'll just need to take a leap here. There's going to be some coastal area again. Yeah, there is. Okay, good. Then some knights here. Now, you know what? You're going to actually walk all the way over here, and then you're going to take a boat to that part of the ocean and world as well. Good. What else then? You guys are all building stuff. Cliff City, you've got all of your things locked down, don't you? Yeah. And we're going to get the Statue of Liberty now.
The Statue of Liberty is a towering symbol of unity and inclusion, and was a most generous gift.
Nice. I really do like it. It's a symbol of our connection here to the new world, and that is pretty fantastic. You're feeling vexed because we are the top builder and you're trading resources. That's okay, but you know what? We're actually going to buy your horses since you are here. And you know what? We might actually want to buy your tea too. What benefit does that give us? More food. Yes, please. Yeah, you should be feeling happy about us now. How about you guys? You're not trading with us anyway. And you guys, what have you got? No, we were just talking to you. Okay, the English then. You know what? You do have horses. Let's do buy horses. They do give us a bit of a food bonus. So that's nice too. Good. Right, anyone else then to move up? Yeah. Okay, so you could do something now. You guys continue to explore over here. Get a good vision on what's going on in this area. Why are you so incredibly happy? Yeah, we know about you. Sail forth here. Take a look at what's going on. Right, let's sail down here. I would like to find out what's in this general vicinity. Whether there's any luxury resource that we want to take. Yeah, you guys can just advance forward. See, let's meet the new people. That's obviously settled down here. Right, and then what we're going to do with Cusco. So, we are pretty much the opposite from what they are. We are incredibly libertarian but collectivist. They are individualist and authoritarian. They are highly distrustful of us. We don't currently have enough city cap to actually get that. But we should try to think about that at some point. How many movement points do you have? 3. That is enough to go forward, and I do think it's enough to actually... Maybe let's see whether we can kill another unit. Okay, you know what? You're going to stand here for a turn, and then we're going to end this turn.
You have unlocked the Research Institute. It will not merely provide additional answers, but open up a whole range of ever more perplexing questions.
Lovely indeed. And because we can do that, we're going to continue here into uranium enrichment. 2 turns only at this point. Nuclear fission, 3 turns. And then we're going to get into the fusion reactor while we're driving steam frigates and have great swordsmen. I really do like that idea. It's so fascinating, I think. Idle City. Okay, Edgeworth, what have you built? You've built another Maker's Quarter up here. That's lovely. Yeah, you've basically got all of this covered now, which is really great. Your stability is still super strong. So, I think we're actually going to continue making Maker's Quarters with you. Like, for example, up over here. And then more of that sort of thing. Down here. Yeah, let's simply build this desert into a giant industrial area. Which I really like. Good. Right, so that's gonna be a single turn to finish all of these things. Well, that's fun. Okay, you do have a couple of food grabbing things, right? So we could actually think about doing some of these things here too. Thing is, I don't think they are that useful for us right now. On the other hand, you also have that bonus on that thing, so maybe we should actually try to get some food located up over here. Yeah, let's start with that, and then we're going to build a food triangle at least in this plane, and that should also be nice. Good. Alarmies, do move up, please, and thank you.
Lovely. Impressive. A cultural wonder that makes me want to pull out my toy blocks and go crazy.
Ooh, the settler. We will need to think about that, but not right now. What else? You guys are down here. Let's set you on the sea, and look at that. A lot of crossbowmen here in this Bay of Plenty, we can call it, I guess. Right, you're going to sail forward. Well, still unknown coastal area here. What else? Okay, steam frigate. Do move up here. And start to explore the high seas, because we finally can. You guys don't really have a lot of experience, but it's still good to see that you are there. Right, and you guys, I did want to board you or bring you on shore somewhere here. Yeah, I think next time... Can you not just disembark here? That's weird. Right, so you guys are all fine. Let's take a look at the situation here with our research quarters. I think everyone is doing fine. Everyone has built up their things. You do, right? So you don't have anything pending? No, you don't. West Point, neither do you. You've basically done all of your things. So that really does mean Overhill is the last one here. We can't buy that out, unfortunately. Is it worth it to wait a single turn here for that one thing? I think it is. Because these emblematic districts, they do give you a lot of bonuses. And that is going to be a very nice thing for the next time to actually do. I think next time around we will be able to get into the complete uranium setup thing. And that should be fantastic as we advance into the next era. That being said, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Do leave a like and everything. And I see you around next time. Bye bye.